Like the faint moonlight of yesteryear. Linny has been acquitted, but you are not sure about what your next steps should be. You decide to take up Navia's offer for a farewell meal. To celebrate your cooperation, go to Hotel de Bord, which is conveniently right next to a teleport waypoint. Are there going to be macarons this time?
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up.
Why?
I hope the food here will be to your taste.
If sugar's involved, it'll be fine.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
When have we ever even stayed in a hotel like this, let alone eaten in one, Paimon?
In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
It isn't table service? And a place as fancy as this, it's not table service.
Everything
What?
looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Permit me to disagree. Their lives seem pretty shit with the justice system.
Why, of course.
The food looks good.
Go ahead, try whatever you like.
It's
if
like
the food's
me.
good, I'll make a group
Lasagna.
reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
Is it like garlic bread? Ew, chicken leg. I can't see what this scenario is, but there's a soup of some kind. I'm gonna assume it's bread because this is France, but I can't actually see, so it might not be bread.
And if it's not?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
You, sure have your own way of doing things. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a
fish and
victory
chips?
feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
It's certainly worth celebrating. It was a pleasure working with you.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Huh? Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food.
Can't believe how big the soup is. God, you wouldn't want to eat anything
Speaking
else
of
after the
cases,
soup.
Do you think that the mastermind behind the cereal
having
disappearances
dessert?
will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking. We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability. It's just that a different perspective is required in some matters.
Question. If they're having tea and dessert, why is the fish and chips still on the table?
It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough.
And this is also a really weird setup. Why is her tea over here? Where's Paimon's tea? And then why is the tea in front of the traveler cake over here? It's very odd.
Which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exists.
And why are the teacups so fucking big?
Those highfalutin folk
God.
are not all-knowing. That's
Can you
why
imagine
we
how
exist.
often you'd have to
To
pee?
seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Not only is there so much liquid that you just have to pee frequently and have a constantly full bladder. Tea is a diuretic, which makes you pee even more. Gosh, it's just trauma just looking at it.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
That's because you're a simple person, Paimon.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right?
No, I'm pretty interested. I'm pretty invested.
Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
We wanted to ask the Hydro Archon for some information, but we haven't had much opportunity to do so. Yeah, I didn't even want to interact with that woman.
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
I don't know that there is the right time or place to speak with Farina.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon. I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways?
Define unique.
Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
As long as it doesn't get me back at the opera in Capiclace, I'll be fine.
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance.
Well, like she wouldn't see us in the performance.
I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Don't you think?
Not really.
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions.
You do realize that she's an Archon, right? She's stronger than me and is going to absolutely obliterate me if I do that.
I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
I thought we kind of covered that with the first point, but yeah.
Valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep.
How can you overlook something like that?
All right, no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break.
Is she ever on a break? And what line? Isn't it like there's a physical line manifesting in front of her?
You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
Well, ashamed, no. Embarrassed, yes. Humiliated. But wouldn't that just mean she doesn't want to speak to us and would be avoiding us? Oh, I just noticed the tea's disappeared.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense.
No, I don't think it does. Would someone with her personality really feel shame? No.
Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
While she's feeling at her worst. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink?
I was also confused.
Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
Oh god, Paimon consumed that much liquid? Paimon, that much liquid is like the size of your pelvis, assuming your pelvis isn't the size of your clothing. Where are you putting all that liquid? I'd have to agree, my drink also tasted that way too.
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then. If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia.
What does she mean by blacklist the Fanta? Is that more serious than just saying we'll never have it again? And why would you want to drink something that's salty? I like salt on my fries and that's about it.
Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore.
You could try walking, you know.
Nah, that would be so... normal. You know, like you.
Are you saying you actually can use your legs?
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Hey, Navia, what are you doing over there?
If she's low on expenses, why is she springing for such a lavish meal?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
You're terrible with finances. Seems that's pretty tough for her. That was a pretty pricey meal, thanks to Paimon.
ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia!
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your requests the highest priority.
Where's your building? It's all well and good to say to contact you, but if I don't know where you are to contact you, it's not going to be very useful, is it?
In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
See ya!
As light rain falls without reason. Go to the Fountain Plaza in front of the opera. I can't just walk there. It's a little further away than I would like. Actually, before I forget, how many hydroculi do I have? Where's the statue? Oh, there. I'm just so far away from it. I have 36 to offer. What did we hit? Oh, you only at level 2. Well, that's sad. Never mind then. I thought we'd at least hit level 3. Been so diligent in collecting the damn things too. Shrine of Depth's key. I didn't mark where the blighters were in the map. I really wish the map would mark them for me. Damn, they're underwater, but... Well, actually, no, those are the rooms I'm thinking of. Where are the Shrine of Depths? Oh well, if I come across one, at least I'll have a key. Get out of here, Pidge. Oh, he doesn't want to run. Fly. Flee.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one.
Vache.
Looks like we're back here again.
Yeah, and it's speaking to me again.
Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again?
Yes, and it's clearer than it was during the day.
Ugh. That's kinda spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
Why? The voices are clearer now. Why would we come back when they're more indistinct?
Vache? Vache.
Is it a name, love?
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water.
Oh, hush you. I can feel strong emotions. Things are getting a little blurry.
Huh? Hang on. Paimon can kinda hear a voice. It's calling for Vache, right? Hey, Traveler? Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
I don't want to wake up. No, she did. Should have guessed. Where is this?
Vache. Are you my dear Vache?
No.
No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is?
I'm afraid not. I'm sorry, who are you?
Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know.
And that doesn't alarm you at all?
My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered.
Again, that doesn't seem to alarm you?
How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten?
You were once human? Is this the version of like a reverse Little Mermaid?
Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who is lost, therefore.
You lost your form.
I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim.
Could she have been one of the girls who was dissolved?
I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril. No matter where I went, Vache would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me. And And I also loved him equally as much.
Was Vache the one who did this to you? Who is up to some shady shit?
But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting. I never knew how heavy it could be.
Or you just don't remember how heavy it could be. So you need me to find him?
No. Our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories.
But least of all because he'd either be old or dead.
The thought of me
Well, it's
gives
only
him
20
no
years, I
supper.
suppose.
So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters.
Okay, that was a change of opinion really quickly.
If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still
Just noticed the name. Oceanid, question mark? I believe it would be hard for him to forget you. I believe it would be hard to find him.
Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw Vache above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing.
I think Vache did this to
If
you.
only I could have comforted him. Told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth.
Am I a pessimist for thinking that he's the suspicious one? That means Vache was a witness to the fact you dissolved?
Is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, I consider it a form of release. It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety.
It seems that after the body is dissolved, some measure of the consciousness still remains.
I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think.
Is that Paimon? All right, I wonder how much time has passed in reality.
Farewell, then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vache, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
What the hell? What the hell?
Navia's outnumbered!
What? What the hell? I was asleep for 2 seconds. Why is Navia here? And why are the mecha killing us? Jesus Christ. This is like God of War, but worse. At least the action had been finished in God of War and they were just a pile of bodies.
Demoiselle, look out!
Let me help. Nope, having a
God.
moment.
It's a whole army of Gardamex. Chlorand?
Why are they attacking? Oh, Clorinda's helping. I thought she was helping them. I was like, excuse me? Why? But why are the Gardamex suddenly going against... I mean, it's to be expected of all mech. But...
Quick, now's our chance!
Damn. She's got some defensive moves. You two work well as a pair team. Okay, can someone explain to me what just happened? I was kind of passed out for a long time by the looks of it. Now, what's your history? I know you have some. Oh God, her shirt. Honey, this is why big-breasted women can't wear button-up shirts. Because it gapes and gauges and it's really
your
gross.
sword there,
See?
Chlorand.
See?
But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
I would go so far as to say that even just small-breasted women, just anything that is bigger than flat, will, unless the shirt is made with extra material on the chest, which they never are, it's going to buck the fabric and cause the buttons to pull. It's women should never wear button-up shirts. I'm sorry, unless you have a shirt underneath, but even then you just look stupid. Women shouldn't wear button-up shirts. It's dumb. It looks disgusting. I hate it. I had to wear one at a job I had, and it was gross. I had to get an oversized shirt, well, a slightly oversized shirt, because every time I moved, I could feel the buttons pulling. It was horrible. See, look at that. I don't want to be seeing your skin in between your buttons.
It seems to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
It's just, gross is the only word I can come up with, even though it's really not the right word. But it's ick. It's very ick. I do not want to see in between the buttons of your shirt. Get a bigger damn shirt.
Following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Yeah, but it saved your life.
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust. He would do the same, were he alive today.
Am I going to make the assumption that Mr. Callus is Navia's father? And that Clorind worked for her father? So how is she now working for the Archon? How did these things happen? I like your epaulets, by the way.
Do not speak of my father!
Don't get so angry, girl. It's not like Clorind killed him.
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorind, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Not even knowing the story, I saw nothing wrong with what you said. I think they're just being overly sensitive.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
You, more like me.
I doubt I know much more than you. But I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful.
Yeah, I think we're starting to come to that conclusion, thank you.
Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me.
Okay, so there's something else going on with the disappearances in Navia than I know.
And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law.
Interesting. Yet they share the same blueprints?
I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and do not act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish.
So her father was investigating the disappearances then?
Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clorind. But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
Bye! Thanks for saving me. That's a weird direction for you to go in.
Right.
You're going towards the upper
I
place?
suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorind was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I know, I just...
What kind of view is this? Oh, that's my view. What happened?
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for! Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang saved us! Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Clorind who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
What do you mean probably, honey? You couldn't even hurt a fly. Oh, so you're fine now, Paimon.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast.
Then we shall be very fat indeed.
As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
I don't feel that she was being magnanimous, but sure.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
But what if I don't want to be part of the Spina di Rosula? Did you think about that, Melis?
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Ooh, Paimon's even more amazing
Oh,
than she
great.
thought.
Why to make her big head even bigger?
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
Oh. The font is not meant to be salty. Why salt, though?
How did that help?
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said, that the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky.
I thought it tasted strange as well, but I couldn't be sure.
Fanta only comes in sweet flavors, so how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
Yeah, but no poison is salty.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Oh. Is that what we're trying to say? Ew, that's really super salty. Ugh. Blech.
Yes, so if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
Okay, so the question then becomes, how did the primordial sea water get to that establishment? How did they know we were going to be there? How did they get past the staff there to put it into the tea? Or are the staff there complicit?
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
I mean, can it really be considered saving if it was unintentional?
Really?
Fortunately, Paimon, neither of us are from Fontaine, otherwise he would have...
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate, but whoever did this left no trace at all.
How is that even physically possible? They had to have been somewhere else in the kitchen. And the other people in the kitchen didn't notice?
That's when I figured out
What?
that you might be in danger, and hurried here as quickly as I could.
But why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name. Ugh, now we're caught up in this mess too, aren't we?
No, we didn't just defend Linny in court. We got ourselves embroiled in this scheme involving the disappearances is what we did.
Well, you did foil a plan that
Yep.
they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process. Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
The water, no.
Well, it can't be coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. She said that she heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too. But it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then?
According to Lynette, the ability to hear voices like that has to do with one's sensitivity to the hydro element.
Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
I also gained some new intel.
New intel? While you were out cold?
I wasn't out cold. My spirit was elsewhere, Paimon. It's not the first time this has happened. You should know this.
Well, let's hear it, shall we?
The voice in the fountain belonged to one of the missing women. A person named Vache was a witness when she dissolved.
Oh, that is important.
You tell everyone about what happened while you were connected to the Oceaniad's consciousness.
Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately.
Because he's in on it, I tell you.
Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene. But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened?
Could he be in on it? If he's still alive, we should try searching for him.
Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
By we, you mean us too, right?
Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
That was always part of the plan, dear. Ever since I heard about missing people, it was going to happen.
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still partners, right? And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
Messing with us will cost them. This will prove to be their biggest mistake.
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after
She
all.
does indeed look like the cat who got the cream.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you.
One of? You have more than one?
We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But we'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
This is a very random question, Navia, and feel free to answer if you like. But how do you function with bows underneath your arms? These light blue ones. They're underneath her arm, so they would be between her arm and her body. So there'd be this chunky thing swishing in between when she walks. That just looks really, really uncomfortable. I don't like that.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
Our base. Sounds lame. Lanech en foi something something something. I don't even know what language that shit is. I ain't French. Quick, damn it. Lanech en foliovis. Okay, the Asians call and connect with the consciousness. So it's not French, I don't believe. Is that like Polish? What is that? The answer is it's Hungarian. It's a poem written by a Hungarian poet about someone longing for their lover or missing a lover or something like that. Has to do with the fountain situation. I didn't read anymore because there was a spoiler tag attributed to it, so I stopped reading. Go to the Spina de Rosula stronghold.